right.
Dear Dina, I'm so embarrassed. My husband got into a shouting fight on an airplane last weekend. We were on our way back from Florida and we were really tired. My husband is a big guy. He's 6'5", and just as the plane gets in the air, a kid in the seat ahead of him reclines into his knees. My husband gets the attention of the kid's mom, who tells him he'll just have to deal with it and she won't make the kid move. So my husband gets into her face about it. To make a long story short, she called the flight attendant. My husband got in a fight with her too, and everyone in this section is staring at us. I wanted to crawl into my carry-on bag. Then we had to do the walk of shame leaving the plane. I feel bad for my husband. This bratty kid didn't really need to recline his seat, but he overreacted. What should we have done? Isn't it rude to recline your seat on a plane? Signed, Ashamed in Adamstown.
That is like one of my worst nightmares. Oh man, like having a scene on the plane. Surprised you, at least you didn't make the news, right? Yeah. Thank goodness.
Who knows? It's
right?
probably on TikTok somewhere. I hate to tell you.
Golly. All right. So there, we can have an entire discussion on whether or not people should recline their seat. But I never personally recline my seat because I don't want to make the person behind me uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. That's me personally. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as what you could have done, I think the biggest error in all of this was your husband getting in her face. Like, oh my gosh, that you had to have known at that moment that it was going to be a bad situation. So that being said, moving forward, I don't know how often you fly. Maybe it's just once a year for your family trip. But there are some things you can do. You can request an exit seat, right? Because they have the wider aisles. You can do that. They also have the Economy Plus, which those seats tend to have more room. Mm-hmm. Fly at off-peak times so that you can have the run of the plane. Those are the things that you can do. As far as this situation was concerned, your husband should have been the one to get the flight attendant and deal with it that way. But yeah, getting in her, not that it was right for the kid to recline. I'm not saying that. But you're right, how he handled it was definitely overreacting.
Yeah, I travel a lot.
Yes.
I fly a lot. And yeah, pay for the upgrade.
Right.
Pay, and you can now on every airline pay a little bit more and pick the seats you want. Pick the ones that is, as a big guy, I can't even imagine him trying to get into an economy seat because it's tight for me.
Right.
The fact of reclining the seats recline.
They do. You
recline the stand. It's 2 inches. And if this is going to affect you, pay for the upgrade. Right. Go to business class. Go to first class. That's just going to be, you have to make that concession. Why does everybody around you have to concede to your needs? Really? I mean, I just don't understand that in this, I understand being polite and things like that you're on a plane with everybody else, but the seats recline. Know that they recline.
Yeah, I'm wondering to do seats that don't recline anymore because there has been so much about the whole seat reclining thing I'm not saying that it's something that has to happen, but I can see them being like, you know what, we're done with all this. No, nobody reclines now.
Look, I just flew internationally as well. They are designing planes so that when it reclines, it's really quite cool. We flew United internationally. Your butt moves forward kind of, and it doesn't recline as much onto the person behind you. You're taking your own kind of space.
It like repositions.
It's a really interesting design that doesn't impede so much on the other people, because on an international flight you have to try to recline and sleep, right? But my thing is you gotta,
about you.
Yeah.
Dear Dina, we hope that helps. Some tips for the next time you fly. If you've got something that you want some advice with, well, we're here for you. You can click on Dear Dina under the features tab. You'll find it at key103radio.com.